Hey YouTubers, it's 1st of June out in Las Vegas, and grilling season's almost over because it gets 120 degrees out here. We get about 8 days of spring, and we're pushing it now to be doing some barbecuing here in Las Vegas. But I was out back cleaning some of the toys underneath the awning and having a good time. Thought we'd do some ribs today, so I want to walk you over here. Today we're doing St. Louis style ribs. And I was fortunate enough to watch a video, Bauer 230, just doing some updates on his channel, and found out that he kind of aspires to do similar things as I. And one of the things that he does, or has done in the past and is still doing upon request, is making custom rubs. So today we're going to be using Bauer 230, his Smokey Butt Rub, and we're going to be using this on St. Louis cut ribs. And basically what we did is we took the membrane off the back. Guys, do that. It doesn't take but a few minutes. It's going to be well worth the time. Took the membrane off the back, rubbed them down with mustard, yellow mustard, and that's my glue for the rub. Okay, sprinkled them liberally with rub, not too much. And then put them in the fridge overnight. So these babies have been rubbed down in the refrigerator for then brought up to room temperature, and we're ready to put them on the smoker. Went over here and we processed some local mesquite wood, and we just processed these up in small chunks. And if I have the opportunity, show you. Other video, we show you how we process the smoker and how we get the smoker going. The smoker's down at 250 degrees, if you can see down there. See down there in the smoker, we have our charcoal that's lit right on the top so it can wick down, so I get a good 12-15 hour smoke, and then my wood on the top as well too. So that's what we're going to do with that. And we're going to get ready to put these things on the smoker, and you guys can go ahead and watch this. Alrighty then. So we're going to take these ribs and evenly distribute them in the smoker. And we have the smoker at about 250 degrees. That's really perfect for ribs. They like to cruise around 250 degrees. And then we're going to put the lid on and we'll come back. Alright guys, see you in a little bit. Alright guys, the ribs are in the smoker, in the drum smoker, and they're doing great. Singing around 250 degrees, but while they're on, it's the St. Louis style ribs, but that's just our media here. So the rub that we have here today is from Bauer 230. He's a friend and a fellow YouTuber, Bauer 230. He has helped me along in the knife world and customization and tips and tricks, and he's a good guy, and he's got a really informative channel. If you get to hop over to Bauer 230, I recommend doing so. Also, we are using this local mesquite that I got to talk about a little bit about earlier. I used my new Cold Steel GI Tonto to process chunks of this mesquite. This mesquite out here in Clark County or the Las Vegas area, it's really strong. It's a really strong mesquite. It's not like what you'd buy in the Walmart or the Home Depot. It's local and it's strong, so we didn't use too much. So basically we're going to go ahead and we left some of this rub out, and I'm going to use the 3-2-1 method. I'm going to put smoke on these ribs for 3 hours. I'm going to tint them in aluminum foil. I'm going to make a tent or a little boat. I'm going to wrap them up, and then I'm going to take a liquid, maybe some apple juice or some beer or both, and I'm going to take some of this dry rub and mix it in So we have a nice, strong, flavorful liquid. I'm going to put that in with the ribs as they're wrapped up in foil. I'm going to put those back on for about 2 hours covered. And then, alright guys, so we talked about using the liquid and having them covered, wrapped up in the liquid for about 2 hours. And then our final 1 hour in our 3-2-1 method is going to be bringing these back to the flame, to the smoker for about an hour. Tighten everything up, crust, and that's it. So we're just going to follow the process along a little bit, but the ribs are in there for their 3-hour process, and we'll talk to you guys in a little while. Okay guys, it's been about 3 hours or a few minutes here, and we talked about this is the first phase of the 3-2-1. So I went ahead and laid down a piece of foil, prepped a piece of foil, and this is going to be where I wrap up the ribs. I went ahead and laid down some of Bauer's Smokey Butt Rub, and that's going to go ahead and mix with my liquid. And so I've prepped that already, and this is the first time we're going to look at the smoker together. So it's cruising along, got a light smoke, that mesquite coming through, and it's been cruising about 250, 240, 250 for these few hours now. So we're going to go ahead and take the ribs out. You guys will get a look at them, first look at them just like me. Sometimes the lid sticks. On camera, this is funny. Okay, I got the lid. Sorry guys, it's kind of hilarious. I have to leave that on the video. So those ribs are looking really good. They're looking beautiful. Got some nice color to them. They're just great. Fantastic. They're coming off the bone. They're shrunk. Got a nice red color to them. Nice smoke. They're wet. You can see a little bit of moisture still on them. These are great. These are super. So I'm going to go ahead and take them off here. And you guys can watch what I'm going to do and how I'm going to go ahead and wrap these. So I'll lay these down on the foil one at a time. Okay. You see they're getting there and they're not quite, so they want to bend, but they're not breaking on me yet. So this is the right time to lay them down and cover them up. So alright, so I got them stacked. I'm going to take them, bring the foil up. I'll move these just a little bit. Bring the foil up. This is where I pinch it off. Alright, so pretty much got it sealed. And on this end, I'm going to bring it back, fold it in on itself so it's nice and tight. And you guys, we're going to go put some liquid in on this side now. I've got some beer. I didn't have any sweet juice. So we're going to go ahead and pour about 1/3 of this beer in, maybe half a cup or so. Not waste too much beer because the rest is mine. So we have a liquid in there. We have a rub down the bottom, and that's got some sugar in it. Just kind of shake that around, so now it's in with the rub. It's nice and concentrated now. It's got a nice flavor liquid to it. And now we're wrapping that baby up. Nice little package here. And we're going to put this back on the flame, and we're going to put it back on the smoker. Okay, so one of the things I did make a little bit of an error on this drum type smoker, guys. When I took the lid off, I left the lid off, and what can sometimes happen is you can accumulate a lot of heat with your coals kind of catching back. You're not as smothering them as much as you are with the lid on. But since it was running 250, I kept an eye on it, kept an eye on the smoke coming out, and it's only creeping up to 250, 260, 270. It's going to come back down, but since these are wrapped in foil now, I'm not as concerned. So we're going to leave these in for our 2 of our 3, 2, 1, so approximately 2 hours. We'll come back and we'll take a look at them then. See you in a little bit, guys. Alright guys, so I've taken these off the smoker. Still all wrapped up. It's been those 2 hours. And let's go ahead and we'll both take a look at them for the first time. And they're looking beautiful. Just gorgeous. Look at this. Just perfect. Nice and moist, pulling away from the bone. These are great. So we're going to throw these babies back on the smoker and let them go another hour, tighten up a little bit. Maybe with a pinch of more rub to recharge it a little bit. But other than that, they're almost done. So I'll put them on the smoker and I'll let you guys see them when they're done. Okay, see you in a little bit. Alright guys, it's been an hour, the 3, 2, 1 method, and you see those ribs are they're done. They're real done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully get them over to the cutting board, and as you can see, they just want to bend. They're just falling off the bone right here. So see, that's ripping right there. Carefully bring them over to the cutting board. Lay them over here. Number 2. Careful. And number 3. And they're done. You see that breaking and falling off the bone. So right here, I'm just going to look, and they're just meaty, succulent, moist, very moist, falling off the bone. They're beautiful. So all we have left to do is I'm going to cover these with some foil, and we're going to come back in 20 minutes and we're going to cut them up and show you, and we're going to go eat. Alright, thanks. See you in a minute. Alright guys, the ribs are here. They've been tinted for about 20 minutes. So they've cooled down a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and cut a rack. I want to show you about these. I just take them anywhere. I guess this one's kind of falling off the bones. We'll take this one here.